Hi folks, I'm not one for doing unboxing videos, but in the next few days you may find yourself wondering if that's true. This knife here, obviously Magnum by Böker, comes in a really nice little tin, so I thought it would be a shame not to show this. Obviously it's got the wee don't eat me bag. Well, eat it if you want, but don't say I didn't warn you. And a little leaflet, but it's a nice little box, and you can see the shape of the knife and you may be able to guess what it is, but it's not a particularly common one, so you may not get it straight from that silhouette. Let's get in there. Don't want to be eaten, not even by the box. Right, put that out of the way. I'll show you the knife. Now, some of you will know that I'm particularly fond of a couple of different shapes of knife. I quite like Barlow's, and I quite like various forms of Sodbuster style knives. This one is sort of a little bit of a hybrid in a way. Now, it's called the Juliet by Böker Plus. Or Magnum Juliet by Böker Plus. Now you'll see when it's folded it has some of the, actually that's not a good example, actually it's a good example, it's about the right size. That's a Sodbuster style from a Mazarin, the Mazarin Scout. You see the shape of the handle is very much similar, but this knife has a bolster. Now when I open it up, which you probably already can see, from looking at it just there, oops, big chunk taken out of the desk, hey ho, well it tells you something, it's sharp. When you open the blade up, unlike a traditional Sodbuster style blade, like the, who cut his fingernails yesterday? Oh, me. Oh, nearly dropped it on the floor. Some dogs under there, that could have been nasty. Luckily this is German, so it's not desperately sharp. Ooh, that was mean. No, this is unlike the traditional Sodbuster style where you have a drop point with a sort of bullnose shape. In here we have a fairly finely pointed clip point blade, which is more in terms of my other kind of favourite traditional style of knife, the Barlow. Now we say it's rather longer and more slender, but if you could imagine, if you squish that blade up or stretch this blade out, you'd have a very similar shape of blade. So you can see possibly why this one caught my eye. It's very nice for a number of reasons. I think it's 440. Sorry, about to pass away. Yeah, I think it's 440 steel. See if I can get it to focus. Gonna focus. Come on, focus for me. Oh look, 440A steel. Well, we've got it up here if it's going to do some focusing. Magnum by Böker. Böker. It's one of their brands other than the main brand, but it's a nicely made knife actually. It's finished quite well. You've got these nice nickel silver bolsters. You've got screwed on scales. I assume it's a pin design. That's to say, as a pin bolster rather than a screw, because I can't see how it would come apart. Oh, it still doesn't like focusing. But it's got, as I say, screws holding the scales on. One thing that you can't see from the scales is that the scales are bone. Reasonably good fit and finish. You've got a steel liner behind the bone scales. But pretty good fit and finish all round. through the inside. So I quite like it. Now, if I told you that this knife cost 50 or 60 quid, you'd probably be thinking, it's okay, 440A, maybe a bit of question. But this knife costs £17. That puts it in the realms of the Rough Riders of this world. You know, we could have had a Rough Rider for 12, we get this for 17. Well, I say that for a little bit of extra money, okay, it was probably all spent on the box, but you get quite a nice knife. Of course, being as this is on my channel, this is a sub 3-inch blade, but I'm getting more common with using this ruler here, and the reason being that there are questions about the length of blades that have come up late in some of my comments, and you know, there are people that will tell you adamantly that it's the cutting length of the blade that matters because that's what it says in the legislation. Well, it does say the cutting length must be under 3 inches in the legislation, but it also says in other parts that the blade length must be less than 3 inches, and there is a lack of a quite ridiculous lack of definition. So you'll see with this one it's about 3¼ inches blade length, but the cutting edge is well under, it's about 2 3/4 inches, is well under the oops, let me just get that more accurate. Yeah, it's under the 3-inch length, so it's perfectly legal to carry. And again, I'd be quite happy carrying this in my pocket, I wouldn't have any worries. But again, would I give it to my son to carry? Probably not. Anyway, that's enough for that. This is, as I say, the Böker Magnum. Get that in big letters for you there. The Böker Magnum Juliet. Oh, thank you very much for watching. Bye.